So what we have done is on a SCCM server. So what we have done is on the server we got discoveries, boundaries, okay, and also roles got enabled, okay. So the roles imported is MP and DP, which is installed as part of the SCCM installation. Okay. Now I should tell you about the package creation. So also we have tried for the package from definition option. So package from definition, when we created, what happened is it has automatically created the programs by using the command options, which are SI exec based commands. So I've also discussed what is SI exec and SMS. What is MSI exec and Windows installer? That is nothing but your Windows installer. So the difference between Windows installer and .exe files. So we call it as the C-based installation, which is .exe, which will not allow you to do automated installation method, right? Right, Rama? So now then 1 second. Yeah. So now with the SCCM, you need to you create with the package from definition or create package. So the only difference would be if you create package from definition, it automatically what it does, it will create the programs for you. So all you have to do is you have to distribute this package and deploy to the required collections. Okay. So we have done that actually. So another method would be the we also have discussed for the install create package method, where we have actually created like this, all these steps it has asked for us, and after this we also created our own the program, right? So the program button where it is used for the installation command line. So how to find that installation command? I've already explained, like, you can use all these commands, or you type MSI exec and just go through it. Okay.
Yeah.
So the most important things would be MSI exec, which runs with the Windows installer, right? So if you go here, every machine will have Windows installer, right? So Windows installer is the which is runs with this exe file. That's why we call it as MSI exec. Then question mark, it gives you I for install, X for uninstall. Okay, Q for automatic quiet mode, so it does the installation without showing to the anything to do the user. Why these commands are important to us? Very simple. You have for example, you have multiple machine in infrastructure. Okay, so tomorrow maybe you wanted to deploy the machines. Okay, like you have all these machines, you wanted to deploy, example, Acrobat Reader. So Acrobat Reader, if you want to install, if distributed to all these machines as a deployment, then you can't click next, all this, right? So you have user clicking, it should do automatically. That's why we use here quiet mode, right? These commands are very important to us, and also sometimes it may fail even applications. So there will be log file also should be it. So .l sometimes .log also will pass on it in the command line. However, this is very important, guys. You should remember always you should be doing a test and a mission with the right command. Okay, when the right command is successful, then you will use that. But it does not do any fixes. Okay, if it's not working manually, when you type this command, it fail in your deployment. So when you say fail, when fail, at least you are talking about all the target audience. Maybe hundreds of or can be thousands of mails, which leads to biggest escalations. That's why you have to test all the time on a test machine. If test machine is not available, ask them for a test machine and test the command line. Then only you include in program.
Okay.
Normally, if for every package, okay, which is this package, we always create two programs, one for install, another for uninstall. The reason is today it might require installation, tomorrow they may ask for the uninstall. Okay?
Yeah.
Got it?
Yeah.
So it depends. Okay. So this is the normal package. If I'm correct, you all know this, right? This is what we covered. So after installation, we configured things, then we created a package. And for creating package, you need to have a command options, which we do with the MSI exec. Right? And coming to the exe file, some of the exes, which is, out of 99.4 lines, the remaining whatever the percentage is there, that only works as a silent for .exe, which is very least number. So sometimes it works. So if you what are those applications, I can't tell you, what are those applications. You just give it a try. It may not work. Give /s/q, all those, and then check it if it is working fine. Otherwise, simply you have to take the request to the packaging team, where they use Vice Studio or Install. Those are the applications. Okay, what they do is they install with that application so that it scans and then it compiles the MSI file. So it converts into MSI, then we would forward for the package creation process.
Yeah.
So there are two teams. One is admin team, pack team. In some places we have to work as a horse, also as a donkey. That means two roles also will come. But very cases, okay? Admin, packaging team, package also. So it is very rare cases. The few companies will require to you work on both the skills.
Okay.
Okay. Coming to client machine, Bala, this client is already installed with the help of SCCM-setup.exe. The client logs are located under SCCM setup logs. This is the installation log. These are all the detailed logs. Once a client is installed, it will be in SCCM under logs, right? So these are all the log files. So do any deployment, okay, the deployment related information would be available under exec.mgr log file, okay, which tells what are the deployments has been completed successfully. Hello. For example, in this case, this has executed, okay, with 0. What exactly 0? You can look into the error lookup as press 0. చెప్పండి నాకు వినబడుతుంది. హలో, నాకు వినబడుతుందా? వినబడుతుంది. మీరు మాట్లాడుతున్న నాకైతే వినబడుతుంది.
మాట్లాడుతున్నారు, బట్ నాకు మాత్రం ఫస్ట్ లో మాట్లాడిన ఒక వాడు వినిపిస్తుంది, మళ్ళీ లాస్ట్ లో మాట్లాడిన వినిపిస్తుంది. మధ్యలో ఏం వినిపించట్లే.
ఇప్పుడు చూడబడుతుంది. ఇప్పుడు మరి
వినిపిస్తుంది, మధ్యలో మనం కంటిన్యూ చేసాం, మధ్యలో పోతుంది.
సరే, రికార్డింగ్ లో ఉంటుందిలేండి. అంత పెద్దగా నేనేమి రివిజన్ క్లాసే కదా ఇది.
ఇప్పుడు మళ్ళీ స్ట్రక్ అవుతుంది లైట్ గా.
ఓకే, సో ఏంటంటే క్లయింట్
పోతుంది. యాభీలో సెంటర్ మాట్లాడుతున్నప్పుడు ఫస్ట్ లాస్ట్ వస్తుంది నాకు. ఇది లేట్ గా రిజిస్టర్ అవుతుంది యాక్చువల్లీ మాట్లాడింది.
Okay, looks like okay, but then that's fine. Okay, so on a client machine, if it the value 0 means exited with this program. The program is this which has executed with the command line. This has executed. This is where the command line is paused, and then the and then it has installed. 0 means success. You can look at with the error lookup and enter the value as whatever it is exited 0, which is successful. Okay. Next. So this is how we install it in the software also. So we install client, we installed software distribution. Okay. Now we'll jump into the another method of application. So still we'll do one more application method. Okay. What we do is we need a collection. We look into the collections. Okay. We have not looked into the collections. So we wait for him, but he's not yet come. 35 minutes over already. So two types. Okay. One the devices. So what is device? A computer or a mobile device, right? Whereas another collection method is users. See, here we created 1,000 users, so we have all these 1,000 users, and also there are collections for your devices. That means your computers, right? Ram.
హలో, మధ్య మధ్యలో కంప్లీట్ గా వినిపించకుండా పోతుంది మధ్య సెంటెన్స్ లో.
రామ్ ఏమైంది, వినబడుతుందా?
మీరు
ఇది డిస్కనెక్ట్ చేసి ఫోన్ లో నుండి ఒకసారి చేయండి. స్కైప్ కదా, స్కైప్ ఉంది కదా, స్కైప్. హలో, స్కైప్ ఉంది కదా. స్కైప్
కనెక్ట్ అవుతున్నాను. ఒక్క నిమిషం, వాట్సాప్ పెట్టేసుకొని క్లాస్ కంటిన్యూ చేస్తారా నాకు దాని? నో ప్రాబ్లం నాకే. బట్ స్క్రీన్ అట్లా మ్యూట్లో పెట్టేసేసి ఇట్లా వాట్సాప్ కాల్ నుంచి నా క్లాస్ చెప్పేయండి. మీరు చెప్పేది మామూలుగా ఎలా దీనిలో రికార్డ్ అయిపోతుంది. నాకు ఈ ఫోన్లో ఎక్కువ క్లారిటీ కనిపిస్తుంది వాట్సాప్ కాల్. స్కైప్ లో నుంచే చేసింది, స్కైప్ నుంచి చేసి అది అక్కడ మధ్యలో ఎగిరిపోతుందని కంప్యూటర్ కనెక్ట్ అయ్యా. అది కరెంట్లో ఎగిరిపోతుందని చెప్పి అదే ఒక్క నేను కనెక్ట్ అవుతాను. కంటిన్యూ చేసినా కానీ నాకు రికార్డ్ అయితే వస్తుంది కదా. చేయండి మరి అయితే ఎట్లనే. నాకైతే అసలు హార్డ్లీ నిజంగా మధ్యలో పోతుంది, చాలా పోతుంది అన్నమాట. Okay. Oh. Oh. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Query and direct yes. Okay. 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 ఓకే. ఓకే. హలో. కూడా మధ్యలో పోతుంది వాయిస్ నాకు. మరి ఇంత ఎట్లా పోయింది అది నాకు అర్థం కావట్లేదు. యాక్చువల్లీ ప్రాబ్లం ఇది మన అప్లికేషన్ లో కాదు, నా నెట్ లోనే ప్రాబ్లం వచ్చింది. మధ్య మధ్యలో కంప్లీట్ పోతుంది రాజ్. ఏముందంటే ఇప్పుడు మీరు మాట్లాడుతున్నారు అనుకోండి, మాట్లాడే దాంట్లో దాదాపుగా ఒక పెద్ద 2 minutes మాట్లాడితే ఆ 2 minutes లో నాకు 1 minute వినిపిస్తుంది ఫస్ట్ లో. మొత్తం వినిపించట్లేదా అంటే లాస్ట్ మినిట్ లోకి వచ్చేసరికి లాస్ట్ మినిట్ వినిపిస్తుంది. ఏం ఫిల్ చేశారని నాకు అర్థం కావట్లేదు. సెంటెన్స్ స్క్రీన్ చాలా వినటానికి అదేంటి అసలు కంప్లీట్ గా డంప్ అయిపోతుంది వాయిస్ మీద. అంటే కానీ ఏదో స్ట్రక్ అయ్యి 1 నిమిషం పాటు తర్వాత మళ్ళీ ఏదో సగం సగం వాయిస్ వినిపించడం కూడా కాదు, అసలు కంప్లీట్ గా వాయిస్ లేకుండా పోతుంది అన్నమాట మధ్యలో. ఈ ఆడియో అవైలబిలిటీ ఇవ్వలేదు. ఇప్పుడు ప్రాబ్లం ఏంటంటే దీంట్లో దీని ప్రాబ్లం లేదు, వాట్సాప్ ప్రాబ్లం ఉంది.
హలో, వినపడుతుందండి? హలో, మీకు వినపడుతుందా?
అసలు నాయిస్ వస్తుంది విపరీతంగా.
వస్తుంది, మరి పక్క పక్కనే కదా మైకు.
ఒక్క నిమిషం ఉండు.
అంటే ఒక్క నిమిషం నేను చెప్తాను. వాట్సాప్ తీసేయాలి. చెప్పండి. ఉందా?
ఒక నిమిషం.
మీలా కనెక్ట్ అవుతుందండి. మీరు అది స్విచ్ చేద్దాము. స్విచ్ చేస్తున్నాను.
ఓకే,
ఒక్క నిమిషం ఆడియో స్విచ్ అవుదాం. దాంట్లో నేను ఇందులో ఉండే అప్లికేషన్ ఎందుకు నాకెందుకంటే ఉంది, మీకే లేదు.
అదే మీ వైపు నుంచి మాట్లాడేదే నాకు మధ్య మధ్యలో పోతుంది అనమాట. అది హలో, స్క్రీన్ కొంచెం సగం బ్యాక్ అయింది నాకు. చెప్పండి. చాలా తప్పుగా ఉందన్నమాట నాకు యాక్చువల్లీ ఇది. ఓకే, ఇప్పటికి మీకు ఇది బ్యాండ్విడ్త్ ప్రాబ్లమ్ సెట్ అయిపోతుందా? ఓకే, షూర్. అయిపోయింది ఏంటి? అదే అదే. ఓకే.
Hello.
హలో,
Yeah.
వినిపిస్తుంది కదా?
Yeah.
హలో,
Ram.
వినిపిస్తుంది నాకు. స్టార్ట్ అయిన తర్వాత చూద్దాం, కంటిన్యూ చేయండి సరే.
ఇది వేరే కంప్లీట్ గా లైన్ రెడ్ లైన్
వినిపిస్తుంది,
డిఫరెన్స్ లేదు కదా.
అంటే ఒక్కొక్కసారి స్లో అవుతుందిలే కానీ అట్లా కంప్లీట్ గా ఎగిరిపోవటం అట్లా.
అక్కడే పద్ధతిని బట్టి ఉంటుంది.
హలో, చెప్పండి. మామూలుగా వెండర్ కాల్స్ వస్తున్నాయి మేడం, కాల్స్ వస్తున్నాయి కొన్ని ఆల్రెడీ. ఒక నిమిషం, నాకు కన్సల్టెన్సీ మేడం కాల్ చేశారు, ఒక నిమిషం మాట్లాడతాను.
ఓకే, లైట్ నుండి లాగిన్ అవ్వరా ప్లీజ్.
యా.
The next step would be creation of the collection. Once again, we will go through it. So collections can be created in for two different things. One for users or user groups. Okay. Other one would be the devices. Devices అంటే మొబైల్ డివైస్ కావచ్చు, లేదా it can be your computers. Okay. For example, I'm going to create here a collection with the name of okay. Most of the time we create for devices. Okay. So creating device collection or just example. Okay. And collection must be limited to another collection. That means it's filter. So first collection 5 machines example. Okay. So 5 I'm going to filter with the 2 criteria. One would be the direct rule, or
second one is query
rule. Okay. So direct means directly a Balakrishna's machine example. Okay. For instance, you directly target Balakrishna's computer name. Okay. For example, I can go here and type this is the table. Okay, in SCCM database, main table, system resource, main table, key table. This is okay. There's lot of properties. Every property have some value. The value. Okay. So these values, for example, we have not got many things. For example, address, IP address is there. If the hardware inventory has been taken care, I should get here IP addresses, computer names. So out here only the name. So for example, I want all these 3 machines. If I want, I can get it. Then it's which will be part of this collection.
Okay.
Okay. If you see this, our button, this means it is actually doing some job background, that is refreshing job or updating membership. Okay, so we will do normal refresh, okay, for 2-3 times. Then it goes that our button, and then will be showing here. This is direct. If you want to modify the same collection, go properties, go to the membership. Here, if you want to delete all these examples, that means you're not deleting the computers. You are removing the membership of this collection. Okay, this means that the membership, like, you have taken a membership. All these machines has taken a membership of this collection. So now I have update the collection membership. Then membership is updated. Then it has become 0. The value is already become a 0 by the time. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it?
Yeah, got it.
This is the direct method. How we put query? Query based is you can go here. Query. It is mostly, if you read here, very similar to SQL, like select star from table name, right? When you doing your college time, that's the one basic thing we learn, right? Similarly, WQL also, if you remember web test, we did all those things, right? Good test and connect MV2. Then I also done, select, right? All these things in one of class, right?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
All these things we have, tested. Similarly, query method also, it is actually doing the same thing, okay? You can enter any of the design name and go to criteria, not to the general, and then take whatever the tables you want. Okay, for example, here actually criteria is or list of values. If you have more than one value, for example, list of value, if I take it, okay, I want a system, okay, resource name, okay, system resource name values. So I want admin PC and I want DC01 to be this member of this collection. Then what happened is, it has actually, if I show query, it has a length of query automatically with the designing of your query, right? So you can actually use in that way, or simple value. Simple value is, you can again same one, but you get only the single machine or single item can be targeted. So you drop down, then system resource, then your name or client, whatever the thing you wanted. Okay. For example, in my case, I'm taking as a name or NetBias name. Both are same almost. Okay. So I guess this is 01. Okay. Now what happened is, this query is already, it has this much big query. Okay. Right. Okay. Yeah. And then apply. Okay. Now this collection becomes contain one machine as a member. Okay. See, it's not showing anything. Okay. Name query is wrong. Okay. We should look at whether this is the right query or not. Okay. So, okay, this one is the right one. Okay. Let's do membership update and click on it. If that doesn't work, that means the query is wrong. Okay. It doesn't mean that whatever you write, it should or whatever while you're writing, it has accepted XYZ. That means it doesn't come value. Okay. It will check the always. We should always check the query and then do this. Okay. In my case, what we have done is, here we have chosen as the NetBias name. Instead of that, if I choose as name, for example, here, okay, okay, now then automatically fetch. Okay. Okay. Got it? So the value is now there. Okay. So we will again, once again, we'll go back to the collections for query based. Okay. What I have done is today, okay, with this session, I have shown you there are two different collections can be created. One for users based, or security groups based, or device based. Mostly use device collections. Okay, fine. And the collections can have what? Query or direct.
Query based and direct.
Okay, and that. So query based only we will use most of the time. We will go back to that session later point of time, not immediately. For example, what we can do is we can write a query where you want if budget software only installed machines. You can write in such a way. Okay? Got it? So that can be written, okay, that can be written later point of time, because I have to talk some other topics, then I can jump into that. Okay?
Okay.
So I will take it as unless you are clear, okay? And now I'm going to talk about more points at the client end, okay? So if you look at what clients can do, so client can do your normal once the client is installed, where it will be there? Here, right, in the control panel.
Yes.
Here, if you look at the components, okay, you get here hardware inventory agent is enabled. Some of them enabled, some of them are disabled. If you remember in my past, when I told, few things are enabled, disabled. Okay, few are just installed only. So when you say enabled, that means agent settings has been configured to fund this work. For example, you did software distribution, right? You got software distribution, right? No.
Yes.
So how it works is, if you look at software distribution agent is enabled state. That's worked. Okay?
Okay.
Look at here, remote control, remote tools agent is disabled. That's remote tools cannot work. Good. So that worked. Okay? The reason is you here. Okay? These are the things. So these are called client agents.
Client.
ఈ client agents అనేది we have to configure an SCCM server. Okay? Where I will configure, I'm going to take it into that. Okay? So now action client settings can be created from here. Okay? From the most the administration work can be done from tab. All right. Okay. So from here, right? So here, step any admin. Okay. Any admin first, as a first step, what they do when they install, they do the boundary groups, discovery, then roles, right? So after roles, actually they have to do client settings, which I have not told, because you'll get confused. Okay, if I tell at that point of time. Okay. So next step of the configuration should be client settings. Okay. Client settings can be client settings are something new with the 2012. Okay. Earlier was client agents was there. Okay. Now it is client settings. Okay. So client settings can be created from 0 to 10,000. Okay. By default, there is a client settings is already available. Okay. You can view it. So what's there? So we talk bits lot. Do you remember, guys? So the bits is it should only communicate. If you enable the bits bandwidth throttling, you can do that. So if you enable this, what will happen is, this is a very important point. Okay, for the client settings, I don't think I will cover once again. Okay, so just concentration on this point of time. Okay, so what happens when you enable bits? So bits clients may not use. Okay, if you choose as clients will use, that means when they are in office, okay, between 9 to 5 p.m. that if that is the client work was example, okay, the maximum they can transfer 1 Mbps total with the LAN. Okay, and it always, if nobody is using between time or any time, then it will use 100% of the LAN speed. Okay. Client distribution point. Okay, if we are using cloud-based distribution point, we'll come to that later point. And then see, so this is what as I said in my previous classes, if a software distribution has been targeted to this machine, okay, either you have to wait for 60 minutes, right? Do you remember this word?
Yes, 16 minutes.
Right. 60 minutes. Why this 60 minutes? Otherwise, what I told, otherwise you can force with the mission policy ritual by this. Okay. So what will happen is it will go and fetch the required policy from management point. So that setting is actually the 60 is coming from client policy. So what's happening is it waits for 60 minutes, okay, for any new alignments to check from management point. Okay?
Okay.
Thing is client settings. This is for client settings. We will but this is enabled in fact. Okay, so what we can do is when I come back to this compliance, which is under assets and compliances here. Okay, we can look into it, but this is the compliance related agent. Okay, in this way, for every SCCM feature, almost almost one agent will be there. The agent should be configured client settings option. Remember this, variable client settings should be configured when you're using some extra features. For instance, this is the one example. The settings, simply computer agent. Okay, computer agent is if you look at here in the software center, this is what you're getting right here. You're getting IT organization, right?
Yes.
This should be your actual company name or company IT department name. Okay, so that can be set here. Okay, in software center, for example, TS, okay, IT. Okay.
Okay.
Your life is example. Couldn't we do like this? Okay, the IT, organization, IT department. Okay. Exactly. Then what will happen is if I click OK, okay, now this should change to this is ARC. So when it will change after 60 minutes. Any changes 60. If not, you have to force it. Okay. So when you force, what happens actually? There is a log file called policy agent and the evaluator. Okay. These logs will check the latest changes. Policy downloaded and never the policy for correlated GUID. This for 920. But 27 what we have done. So if you don't here, policy agent is just initiated. If you look at amendment has been done with a 96.40, almost that specific time. Okay. So it should open. Okay. I should get software CCS. Okay, so we'll just go back to the okay, station, client settings. So right now, okay, deadlines. You just go through this. Okay, this is self-explanatory actually, but I can explain to you. If you get a deployment to happen within 48 hours, okay, it will remind 4 times. Okay. Or it will remind, okay, and this every 4 within 4 hours remind every 4 hours, and this for less than an hour, it will remind every 15 minutes. So if there is a software, you please install something like pop-up will come here. Okay. And these two are, I'll explain this. Okay, this is something related to Amazon kind of experience for the shopping experience. Okay, this for all users, permissions, all this. These are self-explanatory. Later point we can look into it. This is a core setting. This and client policy. These are the two or core which is applicable for all clients. Okay, and resetting. Something you want to restart a machine after installing some software, it will give you 90 minutes as a grace time, and 15 minutes interval before it will remind you once again. Okay, And this for related agent. We have not enabled role related to antivirus. That's why this is in gray. Okay, we enable, we can get that. And hardware inventory. What is a hardware inventory? So hardware inventory is, this will actually know maximum things. Okay, I'll show you. Before that, this is still the same case, IT organization only. And let's do a refresh. This is a hardware inventory agent. If you look at on the client, by default it is enabled. Okay, because there it is enabled. Right? Yes, hardware is enabled. Right? When occurring 7 days. This machine, when you click on hardware inventory, okay, it
will immediately.
Will initiate. So what it does, okay, let's open a log file. Okay, inventory agent.log file. Immediately, actually, it's doing actually. If you look at, it has right all this, right? Yeah. It is actually doing, right? So it found some terms. Let me change problem. So this is actually some problem. So if I don't know even, what we do, and ask for best friend. That means WMI has been corrupted, looks like. Okay.
Okay.
Like for these, okay, WMI is corrupted. That's why we don't have any proper inventory. We are creating collections.
అన్ని ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ వచ్చినప్పుడు ప్రతిదీ చెక్ చేసుకోవాలా మనం, లేదంటే ఒకటి ఏదైనా చెక్ చేసేటప్పటికి సాల్వ్ చేసేటప్పటికి మిగిలిన సాల్వ్ అవుతాయా?
అన్ని కలిపి ఒకదానికే కదా, ఒకటే ఎర్రర్ కూడా.
ఓకే ఓకే కోడ్ ఓకే.
మరి ఇది కూడా ఏం లేదు, WMI దొబ్బింది, మనం వేసుకుంటాం WMIని, లేదా దానికి ప్రాబ్లం వచ్చింది, సో డబ్ల్యూ రీబిల్డ్ చేసుకోవాలి.
ఓకే
okay, so one, okay, let's restart and see what then. So the right example for this, okay, we can look into it later point time, not now, because we have to continue buying another client maybe. Takes time. If you look at the agent trying to store something, CM inventory store.sgf file. Okay, not 7 instances. It has to instance inventory status found. Actually, okay, get all. This is the hardware inventory. If you want to force it, the schedule to happen on every 1 hour or 1 day, you can do it. But recommended one would be 7 days. Okay.
Okay.
And the software media is, want to know internet-based connections, then you can do this. Lead for now. This is for mobile devices. This is network access protection, a separate role, right? And this is valid. This is for power management. Want some kind of power management policies you can do here. This is remote control. So currently it is in disabled state. We can enable. So what we'll do is, whenever we enable some kind of roles, we have to come back here and do the changes.
Yeah.
Yes, no. Mm. And software deployment. Software deployment is already done, okay, which we have done, right? These software which we targeted, right? That one. The next one would be the software inventory. That means it will collect the software files. For example, you have to collect all the dot. I said this, so I'm doing it. We'll come back to this dot example. So any file is with exe, okay, from all the hard disks, okay, it will search and it will find out, what is that. Okay. Similarly, if your team was asked for something called INF file example, it will say and it will give you the inventory information. Okay. Some of the files, if you want to collect, you can collect it and it would store into the SCCM server, which we don't do it actually. Okay. Software metering. This software, when the number of people using some XYZ software, you can do that. What I'll do is, in 7 is the best practice, but I'm setting as 1 day. Later point we can see only after 7 days. That's why I'm setting to 1 day, so that we can view a reports later point of time. Okay, quickly in view, just for the testing case. And this is the software updates. So when you enable the soup role, okay, you would come here and you do some changes here, okay. But how this is already enabled, okay. If you still want to reach do some other settings, you can do it, okay. State messages, that is reports it will send back, okay. This is for user affinity. That means if a user is always logs into one machine, only it will that is user machine. If you want to do that setting, you can do by automatically configure by users. Otherwise, if here the user affinity users threshold 30 days, so these many hours, if you is using, then we can treat this is his computer, he's not using anywhere, something like that. Or users also can set their affinity by configuring here this option, okay, if you want. Okay, so let's click OK all these changes. This gets deployed by default. Okay, if you create a new one, okay, what will happen is select very similarly like this, whatever the changes you want, then all these will set it. Okay, for example, in my case, I'm not taking anything except the example, okay, and the name of test policy example. So what happened is, instead of the default, there is another policy also created with the priority 1. So I can deploy this. I can assign this to all systems if I want. That means first preference is this, preference is this. So this has a preference of what default bits configure 855. So this is only setting will apply. If it is here, bits will not apply. The way it gets applied. Okay. So for example, why we are doing it, test policy will do in a few more minutes with few other things. Give me a second. Okay. Yeah. With few other things. Has client is same case. See, if you get TCS IT is changed the policy, right? Look at the hardware inventory. What happened to the hardware inventory? Did not get actually those many errors. One is fine, because those classes may not be there. Inventory. This is hardware inventory, and for software inventory, you can check this. So do you remember I said INF start.inf and start.exe happen in inventory. So thing. So both the things cover only this value. Okay, now let's go back to SCCM server and see whether this one has really sent any hardware inventory or not. You can go to admin PC, Resource Explorer. So this Resource Explorer should, here show the hardware inventory if it has, got any inventory. So since we are getting errors, there we do not have anything. Simply if software files has collected, file details as there, it will report here. Okay. So that's a confirm that, that has some problem with the WMI. Okay. So we have to fix the WMI.
Okay.
Okay. So if you fix that as WMI, okay, I can show if you a few commands, and after that you have to reinstall the client also. Okay. This. Okay. First thing is go back here. C colon Windows. Okay. SCCM setup. Okay. SCCM setup.exe. Uninstall. Okay. This uninstalls the right. You can look SCCM.log file. Okay. Just have a look on this. Okay. There's so look at it is deleting the service right from the .msc. Got it?
Yes.
And this should be what we'll do is actually we will once client is uninstalled successfully, okay, we'll run once more and then we execute few other steps like the, okay, it's taking a lot of time, right?
Yes.
Actually restarting the service WMI.
హలో
హలో
మాట్లాడిందబ్బా నేను మాట్లాడుతుంటే నేను ఏం చెప్పాను మ్యూట్లో ఉన్నాను మరి నేను చేస్తున్నా మ్యూట్లో ఉన్నాను చెప్పొచ్చు కదా. సరే సో ఇప్పుడు ఏంటంటే నేను 2-3 times కొట్టాను. రీజన్ ఏంటంటే ఇట్ ఈస్ గుడ్ దట్ ఇఫ్ యూ డూ 2-3 times ఇట్ విల్ క్లీన్ కంప్లీట్లీ. దెర్ ఇస్ నో పెండింగ్ థింగ్స్. ఓకే అండ్ ఆల్సో WMI also I restarted like okay so that there will not be any pending things or pending class which was not deleted maybe because it is using something like that. Okay using lo unnappudu delete cheyalem. That's why restarted, then trigger the uninstall command like this. Okay so it is clean now, everything is clean. What do is WMI be repeat in 2 commands. Okay one would be the this one. Okay this single command. Okay it will do the complete repository will be it's that it is consistent. That means this is fine, but sometimes okay if you want to repeat okay do okay so these two consistent when you getting still that means WMI is fine. WMI is still showing as if fine, but I doubt that still WMI has some problem. In that case what I'll do is I'll go here do like James one method. Go to services, disable WMI, stop it.
Okay
And then go to command window called C:\Windows. Okay sys32 webbeam folder. Okay now then the folder simply do is simply go this folder name folder which I have shown you now. So this is where actually the database was stored of the WMI. What I'll do is I'll rename this to .old. Okay by what happened is on the same command folder that is not allowing me. Okay do this try now. Yeah it has renamed now. Okay now what I'll do is compile all files. Okay so what I'll do is I'll go to webbeam folder which is I'm already in this folder, and now I'll type this command. Okay forward command. Okay which will do okay it is going to do is if it is self-explanatory for files each of the directory and subdirectory wherever the file name is morphed they compile execution. Okay so if I execute this command it's everywhere.
Okay yeah
Okay yeah so this is disabled state. So what I'll do is automatic apply. Okay then I'll execute same command. It is executing, it is compiling all the morph files. That means it will create another folder called repository. See it's created right now. Once again if you look at few seconds back it was not there because we named. So earlier one was these are the files. Now it is creating properly once again. Okay if it is created it will say it has created. Okay it has passed original repository meaning the file xmorph does not contain if the WMI repository. Okay I think it looks like okay with one warning. Okay and this is how you do the WMI rebuild if WMI is corrupted. Okay now what we'll do is we also have to do MFL files. Okay so what MFL files ante avi kuda konni rakala files unnayi indalo. If you look at the folder okay files are there right. These are all MOF files has been compiled. If you remember my one of the last class related to the WMI I have explained that this contains some kind of programming structure to create all these WMI namespaces and their class and with their attributes right. That's what the MOF file contains. Similarly MFL file also contains the same thing. Okay, similar way. So all these are we are compiling by these commands, so that it has created a clean repository. Your information this should not be due on your SCCM server. Okay, you can on a client machine, but you should not be do it on a services
SCCM,
or SQL services, SQL, okay, and cluster services. You should be doing, because WMI classes you're deleting. What you're doing is you're deleting complete WMI related all the classes, and you're trying to create a default WMI classes. Okay?
Yeah.
So when you say default, definitely you will miss few. So say the W service twice. So this is good. Now I'll go back to my client, and so when it is installed, actually, for your information, there are few files will be copied. One is smscfg.ini file. Okay, this is the one. So every client will have a GUID. Okay, this is certificate. GUID is this. Okay, so the identifier is GUID is unique and meta. So this ID, it will use client always use the ID to represent that I am alive. Today maybe change from admin PC to example, but the GUID would be the same. So what I'm going to do is I'm just deleting this. Okay, that I should get a complete new information from the client. Okay, although client has installed, okay, SCCM client from MMC, there is a certificate also gets created. You can open the MMC, then then you add certificates to my local computer. Finish. Okay, here these are the this is a window which talks about your certificates. So here you can see SMS certificates are create, right? These two. So by these certificates, the communication would be secured. I have deleted this. That means the certificates also not there. Okay, I'll save. Okay, now a client is going to be completely installed new. Okay, what I can do is I can delete this. Okay, so that from console also the machine is no more. This is the one of the clean way of removing method. Okay, I'll just go to my client, Windows and SCCM setup. Okay, another method is, okay, doing that. Okay, let me clean here all these stuff, nonsense stuff. Let's delete this. So a few files are open because we did open in trade. Okay, in the SCCM still using. Some log file is open policy provider. Okay, if you restart it will go anyway, but I don't want to do that. Before that, okay, what's mobile? See, not there. Okay. Now we earlier discussed about client relation with the method of
Manual.
Now can I do it from client push? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that means every client should automatically deployed, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Got it? Do this. So now there is no client on this machine, right? So if I close control panel and see, it's not yet my SCCM client. Okay. Now what I'll do is this is the session for client push also. Now what I'll do is I'll just go here for doing the client push. for doing the client push, what we have to do is we have to configure site configuration, site. You look at components, settings. Okay. I'm sorry. This is a client installation settings. Okay. Client push installation. Okay. So in this, okay, this is about has Windows open. Okay. I'll show again. Go to site. Go to site settings, client installation settings, and client push. Or you can do like this also here. Okay. Client installation settings, client installation. So what happens is when a client is trying to install, what will happen is it requires an administrator permission on that machine. It copies some files to remote machine. Okay, now to do that it requires admin. So what I'll do is I have to configure as a first step an account. So in my case, what I'll do is I have to create an account which has the permissions on all those machines. So definitely it is an admin account in my lab. I'm going to create this. Click OK. Right. So admin account is there now. Client is going to install with the site code as you remember. When we are talking about the roles, roles and features. Okay. Somewhere FSP role was we talked about it, right? FSP does when installation fails, it will report to or clients will report to FSP server, right? Remember?
Okay.
Yes, no.
Yes.
No. Okay. So you can enable roles. Okay. What I'll do is I'll enable few other roles. Okay. I'm going to enable FSP role. Why we are enabling this role? FP is a role. Okay. First thing is how do you enable? So I would go general. Okay. Next. Okay. This internet related we don't use. So here fallback status point. So what does a fallback status point helps you to monitor client installation, identify that are unmanaged because they cannot communicate with their management part. If a SCCM is not able to install some of the clients, okay, when you're doing client push, whatever the mechanism, you'll send back access to FSP server. Okay? No.
Okay.
This is one of the role. Okay? How do you use? I'll tell. Okay? So simple. How do you use this? I'll tell you. But 20 plus roles, we are talking about only one role. What it does is, if a client install fails, it takes that why it is failed information. And then we start. Okay. Next. So many machines, these many messages per second can be send something like that. Okay. That's the configuration. That's it. Please install. So the log files we verify all the time, right? So the log file would be on the server, FSP setup.log file would be generated. Okay. Here components, it's FSP, yes, PMGR. Already it has installed successfully, something like that. Okay. Now what we'll do is we configure FSP role. So how do we do FSP role once it is configured? We have to say some command. Okay. So for that, what we'll do is we go to client settings. Okay, to the server. Okay. Where at client settings, installation methods. Okay, this one push. So while it is executing, it should say that site code. Okay, space. Here you should give FP tells. Okay, FSP equivalent tells FSP equivalent. What is that server name? Install the FSP role. Where do you install? Installation. Is machine kada? So is my computer name? Done. What is the fully qualified domain name? So I'll get qualified domain name as this. I would give as this. In any case, if it has failed, okay, command lines, right? We talked about all those commands, right? SCCM setup.exe /mark. Then we got SMS site code equivalent site code, right? We gave auto as well as this. So this is a command line. You can extend whatever commands you want to include here. Okay.
Yeah.
So what I've done is I have added additional command line so that when a client is trying to install, it will use this property, additional property, so that it will me. So two things I have configured here, and the next one is enable automatic site-wide client push. So if I take this, okay, you to install on servers, yes, I want to install any of the servers. Do you want to install on workstations? Say example, workstation means 7, Windows 7, 10, or lower version of any client operating system. Yes, you do it. And do you want to install on SCCM servers also? Yes. Okay. So these two things, what it does, I explained. And also, do you install on domain controllers also? Because this account may have permissions, or your domain controllers is some critical, definitely. So people may not allow you to install client on domain controllers right away. They prefer to do it as a manual. Okay.
Okay.
So in this case, what happened is we use it to get installed. Install regardless of domain controller or not, install everywhere, because we have just the 3 machines, so we wanted maximum things to be captured. So what's after this? If I click now apply, okay, what is it? Will be all systems. Okay, listen to me clearly. These 4 machines, example, if what machines are there, take it will take the properties of these properties of the values, okay, use some values like machine IP, something like that, machine name, okay. Then what it does is it creates a file, okay. It creates a file in box. Sorry, okay. So not notice, okay. See, here creates few files, okay. That file contains the information, okay. Information you can look into if you open, but it will not allow you to it will not give you that much of time, okay. If you have multiple thousands of machines, definitely one you can pick it, okay. But we have only 3, so fraction of seconds it will happen, okay. This is the first step. Then CCR, it's a component, okay. CCR, client configuration record component. So this that means another will trigger, that is called ccm.log file. This log, okay. So this one will trigger, okay. Was it monitored the CCR? If you look at the CR files, it will look at for this. So this value it has updated. We have just updated, right? Also here that file will be open. That information you can see, and then read, and then it will write to a file to machine. Say example, what are the machines you have? Client machine is there. So in the client machine, the folder called admin folder, which is by default shades. Look at this, manage. Go here, shades. There's a folder called admin $, right? Yes. No?
Yes.
So
Yes.
Hello.
So on every machine by default, okay, by default admin $, will be there, okay. And this is a basic, okay, admin $. If I open admin $, that means C: Windows. Okay, without knowing to you, there is a folder got shade already called admin $. Okay, similarly C $, indicate administrator. So these it will use, SCCM will use, and under C: Windows on the client machine will copy a mobile client file. Okay, after that the file will automatically triggers to start installation. Okay.
Okay.
Then it creates here CCM setup.log file. Set a folder, then the log file, all those things. So I'll tell in an easy way. Once again, simple. Apply OK. It creates this file. This file will read by component and it will copy P to admin dollar the required client installation files. What are the installation file? CCM setup.exe. Okay, that related files gets copied. Okay, with a file client, which will actually does that work. Then client gets installed using this command line, the default command line. Okay, so are you okay? Are ready to do this now? Before that, you should have all the clients must be in your client. But here admin is missing, so it will not take install on that admin PC is there, that they're not going to be installed. Why? Because this is not part of the collection, right? Because we did. You remember? We did.
Yes.
So this will get only. Remember the past class, discovery will run every 7 days. System discovery when runs, after 7 days it gets. If you want to manually run now, you can say run discovery now. So then what will happen? In 2-3 minutes, you would get admission also from directory. And no client is no. Okay?
Okay.
Vasu, Adamina?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that means it has increased. Okay, depleted. So you have 5 machines. So here, admin P also the client has no. Okay, all the site code is assigned. Now going to take as checkboxes. I'm sure that I'm sure that I'm going to install on my domain controller, as well as I'm sure that I'm going to install client on my server operating systems. Also, I'm sure that I'm going to install on SCCM servers also. Okay. That
Okay.
apply. Now what in the box there are files gets created, right?
Yes.
Mm.
File. Okay, so it's here. So wait few minutes. Buffering enabled. And set time it starts. It should. I mean, just wait for that component to get that client. It's for that files to come. Once the files come, then only it will start the installation part. Here it will copy to inch, and then it will get processed. So change actually. So the change should be apply to the configuration. Then should install. So take some time. Parameters enabled. So similarly, it should also. Something will store in a single file called control file. Okay. So
Okay.
this is a kind of database kind of thing. Okay, which will store information of the site. Okay, if file goes, you have a SCCM. I don't know, so it shouldn't take this much of time. So we have very few. It's going to wait for. Why? It has. Okay, good. What it is doing is it actually installing on CM01 now. Since it's a management point also, it first installs, then only it is proceeding further. So on a client, on a management point machine, the client will not install on C colon Windows CCM setup or CCM folder. It's that it will get installed here, right? This is okay.
Okay.
So it's installed folder. Normally, what the folder you prefer to client, where the client will install in general. Install మీకు చెప్పి దండగనయ్యా, నిజంగా చెప్తాను.
కాన్ఫిగరేషన్ మేనేజర్
సిసిఎం క్లయింట్ ఎక్కడ ఇన్స్టాల్ అవుతుంది అన్న? ఫోల్డర్ ఇక్కడ సిసిఎం ఫోల్డర్ లో వస్తుంది.
సిసిఎం ఫోల్డర్ లో సెటప్
అయ్యేటప్పుడు సిసిఎం సెటప్ చెప్పానా ఇంతకు ముందు? ఎలా చెప్పు? For next 60 seconds, 60 minutes actually, 1 hour, then it gets installed. Okay. So,
okay.
He flushed everything. Manually. Another method is does it push this from console install on one machine, installing. Okay, next, okay, allow client to install all these boxes. You can take it. Okay, it's already there. It will uninstall and it will assign to your central P10. Okay, so next what happens is the same thing. Okay, the log would be the same. Okay, file. Okay, if you look at here, it has just created the entry for the machine admin.pc admin dollar. It has tried, right? Then use data administrator. Just try connect, attempted to connect, and then unable to connect to WMI root on the means it W has a problem, looks like. Okay, it has copied a file called mobile client.tcf file, right?
Yes.
And this gets copied along with that CCM setup.exe to by using this is one of the okay, then this has actually enough. Okay, now if you go to the machine, by this time CCM setup folder has created also the file, if you remember, mobile client folder. Okay, which would be you can see this one. This was created. This was copied. If you see this file, okay, this has all the information, where to go, what is your management point, that thing would be there. Okay, your line, FSP. This is what we have to do, right? And then this is what it will input and then takes, and then and is triggered. So if here bind trigger the same command line which we have given. Okay, that is the command. This. So in this we have the command, right? Earlier, if you notice, this one, it has this installation property. So it uses that. Okay, parameters. Then it okay.
Yes.
So instead of waiting, what I've done is quick I've done. So now what it is trying to load by using bits all of these files to this folder. So once the files come, it gets installed automatically. So not done anything. I just selected one and then install. If you want to install for a collection, yes, you can do that. that also. Okay, and if I fail here, it will try for 100 times. Okay, from here, and then so I don't know, if it is failed. It's simply okay.
Okay.
What is so here? Most important point is you're good. SCCM does what it has done, pushed. So I have a bomb pushing on your face. So either you catch it or you don't catch it. It's my problem. So push. It's you are handling. Got it? That's why take the FSP help. Reports back.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I hope this gets clear for you for the line push. So what topic we have been today done? Line push and software, right?
Yeah. Collection. WMI repair. WMI.
Okay. Today class, I'm sure this takes some time because of the van, all those things. Tomorrow I'll come and I'll start the mission early maybe, so that it's installed. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So find the log files. Definitely there is nothing changes in the logs. Okay.
Okay.
Clear?
Clear.
Okay.
Anything you want to know?
Nothing.
Practice. You have problems. $11 today. Okay.
Okay.
Then, or you have any doubts for this?
Yeah.
Doubts?
Close it, no problem, but previous class recording also.
Yeah, I'll do that. Only one that was. Right away I'll do it. Okay.
Yeah.
Right away I can do it. Okay. So I'll share it. Okay.
Yeah.
Chalo. You will go through it. Okay. Okay. In your lab, what you do is you can basically install the SCCM client and do the changes whatever you are able to do.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Chalo.